With the rise of digital music and online streaming platforms, it has become increasingly difficult to recognise and credit artists, engineers, producers and songwriters. However, one Australian company is using metadata to try and create a more sustainable music industry. The CEO, Jacqui Louez joins us now from our Melbourne studio to talk more. Jacqui, how are you?
I'm well, Annabelle. How are you?
Very well, and thanks for joining us. So tell us what your company Jaxsta does.
If you think back to using vinyl and having that vinyl experience, and you turn the jacket over and it had all of that beautiful information about who was involved in the recording, we're bringing all of that information back in an authoritative database, so we get all of the information officially from data sources, and we're building the world's largest authoritative music database of information.
I see. So the use of online streaming apps seems like it's really disrupted how people get this information about artists. How do you think specifically it has disrupted and impacted on artists, and particularly those emerging ones that really aren't well known yet?
Oh, look, I think if you look at the film and the television industry is a really good example. If you work on a dramatic piece of television or film, then you get your credit at the end of that production. And that credit roll is often how you get your next gig. It's absolutely no different to the music industry. Whether you're a songwriter, you're a producer, you're an emerging artist, you're the session player that played bass on the track, your credit roll is often how you get your next job. So with digital music deciding that they didn't really want that information involved in the process of the experience of music, it's meant that for a long period of time a lot of these people have become invisible. So what we're doing is we're bringing that information back, which also aids music discovery, and it will greatly enhance the user experience with different digital service providers like the streaming services.
I'm sure a lot of the artists are very grateful that your company is coming to play, so you can help those artists there. How does the technology work behind Jaxsta?
Well, we're building one of the most elaborate databases in the world. I can't give too much away, Annabelle, because it's critical IP for our business, but basically we pull information in from all different sources from the industry, whether it's record labels, publishers, various industry associations like the Grammys, for example. We deduplicate it at our end, and then we map it together and deep link it, and then we provide that beautiful data on our website, Jaxsta.com, which we'll be launching in the first quarter of next year, and then via a data API feed, which we will on-sell to various digital service providers.
So how do artists get involved in Jaxsta? Do they need to set up their own profile before Jaxsta can start pulling in the different data to create that rich profile for them?
No, they'll actually have a profile straight away. If they've got a recording that's out to market, we'll most likely have that recording information. But what they'll be able to do is claim their profile. So they'll be able to say that I am the songwriter, Louez, and I am the producer, and these are the tracks that I've worked on. They'll be able to supply their portfolio, their bio, their images, their social media handles, and then we can actually supply their repertoire. So that's their recorded catalogue.
And you've partnered with a lot of very high profile industry partners to pull this data. How have the music industry responded to your business idea?
Honestly, they've been incredible. We've had such amazing support from the music industry. It really has been overwhelmingly humbling in the best possible way, because we've had record labels to publishing companies, the Grammys, amazing companies come on board. Some of just the most wonderful record labels, whether they're independents or they're majors, are supporting us. So it's been a really incredible experience, to be frank.
And Jacqui, you're currently roadshowing ahead of your IPO. What has been some of the interest from the investors? It's obviously something very new, something very innovative. Do they understand it? Do they get it? What's their feedback?
I think the thing that shocks most people is that it doesn't exist. Metadata drives decisions, and especially in today's market. So the fact that an authoritative database doesn't exist of this information, also the tools and the products that we're going to be rolling out over the first 12 months of going live, you know, that they don't exist is also quite a shock. So they love the tech play, and they love that it's music, and they love that it's credit where credit's due, you know, that we're going to be shining a light on the people behind the music, which is really important.
Excellent. And finally, Jacqui, tell us what advice you'd have for female entrepreneurs out there thinking about starting their own company. This is your company. What advice would you have for them?
Look, first and foremost, absolutely do your market research, know your market, know your numbers. Just know that you've never worked harder than you will when you're starting your own venture. It's the longest hours in the day. But if you love what you do, if you're really passionate about it, it'll keep driving you. And that's really important, because it doesn't matter if I'm talking to the music industry, investors, stakeholders, they want to see the passion. They want to see you truly believe in what you're doing, because at the end of the day, they back the jockey, not the horse. And that's really important.
That's exactly right. We hear that a lot in the startup industry, to back the jockey, not the horse. So all the very best with your listing journey, Jacqui. Thank you.
Thank you, Annabelle. Appreciate it.
Coming up next, the latest trends and challenges facing Australia's e-commerce industry. Stay with us.
You're watching Tech.biz on Sky News Business.